this month, we told you about a West Michigan woman who has been waiting on a nameplate for her late mother's grave for 17 months.
After our story aired, 2 more families contacted the 13 Help team with similar complaints.
13 Your Side's Micah Cho talked to those families, and he's in the newsroom now with an update. Micah?
Juliet and Elena, one woman tells us she's been waiting 3 years for her mother's gravestone to be completed, while another says her father-in-law's grave doesn't even have a headstone after more than a year.
They keep telling me they had to get a new template made for the nameplate because it was an old style nameplate. But I mean, a year and a half later, how long does it take to make a template? You know, the headstone's there, just the nameplate.
Marcy Price contacted the 13 Help team in August, concerned that her late mother was in an unmarked grave at Blythefield Memory Gardens. She had been trying to get a nameplate for the headstone for over a year and a half. After her story aired, Tara Bowerman and Susie Austin saw her story and contacted us with similar complaints.
We paid for everything. We buried him. She told us then that she would get us a little grave marker for him. It'll be a couple weeks, it'll come in. And then during the winter, his headstone would come. In early spring, they would place his headstone. And his headstone was never placed.
Tara Bowerman's father-in-law had been buried at the privately owned Belmont Cemetery for a year now. However, the only thing marking his grave is a temporary plastic marker. Receipts show that the Bowermans paid for the $4,000 plot in full after David Jewell's death. With this picture, the couple says is supposed to be the final product.
He's got a story, and his story deserves to be at peace with him. He deserves to have his headstone.
Susie Austin says she's been waiting for the date of death for her mother to be engraved on this headstone. Some friends visiting the family plot, she says, didn't even know her mother died.
They visit my dad, and then they see that there's no date of death for my mom, so they think she's still alive. So they asked me, how's your mom doing? And I said, well, she passed 3 years ago, and they were shocked.
In response, Alexis Clemens, the family services manager for the cemetery, says she's still working to get David Jewell's gravestone in place after it was damaged during shipping.
We've disassembled all of them and had to send the plaques back to be refinished, and they are being resent out. And I did also, when I spoke to the rep this morning, we do have confirmation that that is in the works to get out to us in the next week, and they are putting a 5-day rush on all of those orders that were delayed on that.
For Garnet Blue's death date, Clemens said she received the wrong style from the manufacturer, but adds she should be receiving the correct one soon.
We submitted that to them, and we have the proper notations now that I verified with the manufacturer, and that will be taken care of by the end of this month.
And Clemens adds she apologizes for those who have had longer than normal wait times.
And we'll just do our best to make it right and try to make it better. And we really put our heart and soul into everything that we do out here. It's our family history. It's our family legacy. My grandparents are out here. So everything we do is out here. It's very personal.
Again, Clemens says both issues should be taken care of by the end of this month. We will talk with all the families we talked to for this story and Alexis Clemens later this month to see if their claims have been resolved. Now, if you have an unresolved issue that you need help with, contact the 13 Help team. You can scan the QR code located on your screen to be taken directly to our website. You can also call 616-559-1313 or email us at help@13onyourside.com. In the newsroom, I'm Micah Cho, 13 on Your Side.